Alright, to the Chrono 99 again, this time with another Gran Turismo 5 video. This one is sort of a two-parter. First part is some drifting. This is with some fairly high-performance cars. The one right here is the least high-performance of them all, but it is a legendary drift car known as the Toyota Corolla AE86, or most notably just the 86. It's well known in anime as the 86 from Initial D, Fujiwara Tofu Shop car. It's well liked for drifting because it has a perfect 50-50 weight distribution, front engine, rear wheel drive, and it's lightweight. It doesn't have a whole lot of power, so uphill drifting is kind of tricky. By that I mean next to impossible unless you do something to make the car a whole lot more powerful. Or just throw it into the corner really fast. But the other part of this video is a lap around the Nürburgring. This is done in one of my favorite cars to take around the Nürburgring, but we'll get around to that later. I will try to upload every day I can. This is a Corvette. It's not a very high drift score. I threw this in because those points never go away. I drift the entire track, not very well, but I do basically a continuous drift around this entire track. Also, I apologize for anyone who doesn't like this track. It's my favorite drift track. I don't know if I mentioned that before, and it's pretty much the only track I know how to drift really well. I practiced here, I learned to drift here. I know in the previous video I said I couldn't teach you how to drift, and that's still pretty much true. However, I can give advice. First off, your tuning setup will be different. I will do a tuning video as soon as I can. Still cleaning house, but basically for settings wise, not tuning, but you're going to probably want well, you're gonna need rear wheel drive or all wheel drive car. Front wheel drive can drift, but it is so hard you won't even want to try. Also, my cars, as you can see, they're pretty messed up. The drifts you see are the result of me throwing the car into the corners. The car is pretty much destroyed because I like to push the limits of what I can do, which generally means I go too fast and crash. So these are just the times that I don't crash, mostly. This is a Shelby GT350. It's actually a pretty tricky car to drift in. If you put too much power down, the car will spin out really easily, but it's really fun to try and get this thing to drift. If you are just starting drifting, turn off all your aids, traction control, everything. You don't want any of that on if you're trying to drift. It will not work. Your first step is going to also be manual transmission. I recommend using the right analog stick for shifting. Press the stick up to downshift and down to upshift. It sounds counterintuitive, but that is how a sequential gearbox in a race car is set up. Now this drift run was my highest score when I recorded. I have since gotten a higher score in a Mustang GT, which I did for a friend of mine. She may not do a whole lot of racing, but she wanted to see, she likes purple Mustangs, so I took a purple Mustang and decided, alright, I'll give it a shot. And I got a little bit higher than this score, like 150, but still higher, so my highest drift score ever on this track. The car you see here is Genki's Nissan Silvia something or other. Its description said it was built for drifting, so I said, okay, I'll take it out and see what I can do in it. About 500 horsepower. It drifts pretty good. Beyond that, when drifting, just try to feel it. Throw your car into the corner. A lot of people think drifting is all about speed. It's not. It's about throttle control. If you throw your car in too fast, nothing will change the fact that you're going to crash. Now this is my lap of the Nürburgring. I don't recall the time. I do know that at the end of this run of the Nürburgring, I do show you the time, but I will probably not get enough time to read the time, so you'll have to pause the video and find out the time on your own. This is not the best run I've ever had. Don't know what my best time is, to be honest. This is actually a seasonal event, 650 pp, or performance points. It is the $500,000 Nürburgring lap. Let me think. It's A-Spec race set 4, I think, in the seasonings in Gran Turismo 5. This is the hardest version, where the main opponent is another McLaren F1 GT race car thingy. The thing I'm using is in the lead at the moment. But I have raced it before. This is just a lap of the Nürburgring, just one lap. So you get one lap to pass 12 people. Well, 11, you're the 12th. So this is not the perfect line to take. You can see I do very aggressive driving. I still brake a little safe most of the time. I don't stay on the track the entire time, I don't think. I slide off once, I think. But I get back on the track very quickly. I have a lot of ACR videos, so I will not be playing ACR for a long time. Try to feel your drifting. It's gonna be hard at first if you try to drift. Just watch all of my drifting videos. They aren't tutorials, obviously, but you can try to maybe see what line you should take. To drift, you need to turn into the corner and power on to get your rear tires spinning. You need to lose a little bit of grip there to get your rear end to slide out. How much it slides out depends on the speed and angle of the drift and angle of the turning. It's all very complicated, but you should just sort of wing it. I know that sounds like it's an impossibility, but if you just try and keep practicing, eventually you'll get the hang of it and it'll be really fun. I mean, there's almost no call for it, but it's still pretty fun. See, there's another version of my car. My car's a little faster though. So I just quickly overtake him and I'm off. This car I have specifically tuned for this track, for this race, which does not hurt when you're doing this kind of thing. There you have some minor graphical issues with Gran Turismo 5. Gran Turismo 5 has very good graphics on most of their cars, but it has some issues. That's not the best line to take on the carousel, which is the name of that corner for the Nürburgring. best line is to stay on the sort of checkered patch thing there. There my rear tire went off the track a little bit. I do screw up a little bit here and there, but mostly I stay on task. Let me think. There was a little bit of drift there. I will do some more ACR videos, I suppose. If you have anything you want to see. I still don't have very many requests. Not that I have a large audience right now at all anyway. But I'll try to get some more videos up. If there's something you want to see, you let me know and I will try to get it up. I have figured out how to cut my upload time from 6 hours to 2.5, which is much better for me. It means I can upload far more often. Caught a bit of air there. I will also be doing videos covering my sets for ACR and ACB when I get around to it. I have to find the video. I have it recorded somewhere. And this is one of my favorite corners, actually. Okay, well, the Nürburgring is a very long track, 15 miles. This is pretty much the end. After this little bend here, there is a very long straight followed by a chicane at the end. So that tells me that I need to wrap this up. So if you want to play, you let me know. If you want to see a specific video, you want to see me drift something, let me know, I'll try. I've tried drifting the old Fiat, the rear wheel drive thing. It doesn't drift, so don't ask me to do that. Okay, well, I think that's about it. So, till next time, this is the Recano 99 signing out. Enjoy.